because it's replete, Ghazali's books are replete with weak and forged hadith. And it's filled with all types of concepts that are completely outside of Islam, including the Wahdatul Wujud. But in regarding diseases of the heart, regarding how to polish a person's heart, how to purify oneself, and be a good brother, duties of brotherhood, responsibilities of brotherhood, this is an excellent source. That particular section of Ghazali's work. But as far as the beliefs on Allah and the angels and the book, the hereafter, these things to be unseen, only for reference, I would read it. Other than that, it's a waste. It's a waste of time. And some people say that Ghazali died saying that it was a waste of time. I don't know if this is true. I have never read it. That he died denouncing what he used to believe in.
Question. I don't think it's clear that the question regarding the Sunni Muslim saying is Sunni Muslim a bid'ah or making that statement.
Saying a Sunni Muslim is not bid'ah. Saying a Sufi Muslim is a bid'ah. I have no doubt in it. Because as we discussed earlier, there is no evidence in Quran or Sunnah, and the origin that they use the word for has no concrete authenticity. But the word Sunni, the Prophet ﷺ said, my ummah will be divided into 73 sects. All of them will be in the hellfire except one. Who are they? He said, those who are on my Sunnah and the Sunnah of my companions. And another hadith says, those who are the Jama'ah. So this is one of the proofs that Sunni is not a bid'ah. In fact, in order to be a Muslim, you have to be Sunni. You have to be Sunni. And some Sufis will say, if you ask them, are you a Muslim? Some of them will say, I'm a Sufi. If you ask them, are you a Muslim? They'll say, I'm a Sufi. Because some of them believe that a Sufi is over a Muslim. This is what some of them believe, that it's over a Muslim. They're higher than Muslims. Because Muslims only deal with the exoteric things, the external things. But the Sufi is one who knows the secret reality. And that's not for you. That's only for a special elitist class.
Can you repeat who is the author of the perennial philosophy, inshallah?
Perennial philosophy, the author of it, is not one individual. It's a society of individuals who I think their headquarters is in England. And one of the people who are involved in it is a man named Martin Lings. And another person who is involved in it is a woman named Aisha Ghobanor. Aisha Ghobanor. And she claims to have studied 10 years at Azhar. She's a Caucasian woman who claims to have studied 10 years at Azhar. And basically the group Perennial Philosophy is a group, it's really, all it is just Sufism. It's just a Sufi group. And they believe and promote, including in the Peninsula of Arabia, in Saudi Arabia, they promote. One of their concepts is that, which I said earlier, all religions are okay, and they all lead to Allah.
Bismillah. This is a question that asks for a definition of 3 terms. Who are the spinners? Who are the dervish? And who are the seveners, and what is their significance?
The spinners I have no knowledge of. If I see these things in Arabic, it's easier for me. In English, it's very difficult. Even to do this research is very difficult in English. Because one, the terminologies, you can't determine what they're saying. The transliteration of the words, you don't know what they're saying unless you see it in Arabic. So the spinners I never heard of. The dervishes are people in Turkey and other places in the world where they incorporate into zikr, which is bid'ah, because the Prophet never, ever danced. Never did he dance, especially in the remembrance of Allah. Nor did the companions stand in a circle and spin around, which is intoxication, which is the Islamic school, until they become reciting the name Allah, Allah, spinning around. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They hold hands and they whirl until they become intoxicated. In fact, if you say it, Allah 5, 10, 15,000 times, you'll get drunk too. You'll get drunk too. And this is basically what it's about. As far as the seveners, I don't know what the seveners are. The seveners seems like it's something Shia, not Sufi.
Bismillah. If Hassan al-Basri considered himself a Sufi, upon what sources or authority did he base these beliefs on?
He did not consider himself a Sufi. He was a companion of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, and the companions of the Prophet Muhammad were not Sufis. And neither were the Tabi'un, the companions of them, they were not Sufis. The people who are Sufis call him Sufi. They call him Sufi. But as I said, this word wasn't even known in his time. It wasn't even known. It didn't become known until after the 3rd century. So how could he have been a Sufi? So some people say, no, the word wasn't around, Sufis say, but the meaning was there. Okay. Where's your proof that the meaning is there? Where's the proof that the Prophet ﷺ practiced the tasawwuf? If we look at the life of the Prophet, yes, compared to our life, he was an ascetic. We know the story where he sat on the mat and Omar saw him making the marks from his bed, his very flimsy bed, from the leaves and bark. It made an impression on his back, and he was very upset. Omar said, look, oh master, Sayyid, the people in Rome and Persia, they're living like kings. They have all this gold and everything. And the Prophet, when the gold would come into Medina, he would give it all away. He would only eat something like barley bread. Certain foods he would even eat. He would barely had food in his house. We know the story where the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't have food when the person came to entertain him. Didn't have food himself because he was the most meticulous person in trying to stick to that thing which would lead him to the next life. So in that sense, if we look at his life and compare it to ours, he was what we probably call an ascetic. But he was not a Sufi. Because when the people came to him and said, I'm never going to break my fast. I'm going to fast all day, every day. And when the man came to him and said, I'm never going to sleep. I'm going to stand up all night and pray the Hajj every night. And the other man said, I'm never going to marry women. The Prophet said, I fast and I break my fast. I stand at night and I sleep. And I marry women. فَمَنْ رَغَبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Whoever rejects my sunnah is not of me. So whoever is excessive in his worship, making 1,000 astaghfirullah, 5,000 astaghfirullah, 10,000 astaghfirullah, 50,000 la ilaha illallah, which have no basis in sunnah, be standing up all night, rejecting their wives for months. The Prophet said, مَنْ رَغَبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Whoever rejects my sunnah, they're not of me.
The final question, somewhat of a statement. In the beginning of your lecture, you defined some words that the Sufis attempted to link. And this just basically states that the tasawwuf also means ihsan. There's some Sufis say that. You come across that.
Where is the basis? Where is your basis that says that the tasawwuf means ihsan? If it meant ihsan, then why didn't Jibreel ask the Prophet when he came, all white, extremely black hair? The companion said he had no signs of travel on him. None of us knew who he was. He said, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ الْإِحْسَانِ. So inform me, O Muhammad, what is ihsan? Why did he say, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ التَّصَوُّفِ? Inform me what is tasawwuf? Why didn't he say that? And when the Prophet answered him, he said, Sadaq. Jibreel said, you have spoken the truth. Don't you think the Prophet don't you think Allah had the ability to reveal the word tasawwuf? If it is what the Prophet was practicing, why didn't it come to way after? If it is part of Islam, why didn't the Prophet use it? فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله. The best speech is the speech of Allah. وخير الهدي هدي Muhammad, and the best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad. وشر الأمور محدثاتها. And the worst of all affairs, the Prophet says, are newly invented matters. فكل محدثة بدعة. Every newly invented matter is a bid'ah. He didn't say بعض محدثة بدعة. He didn't say some newly invented matters is innovation. He said كل محدثة بدعة. Every newly invented thing is a bid'ah. وكل بدعة ضلالة. And every bid'ah is astray. وكل ضلالة في النار. And every dalala, astray, will lead you directly to the hellfire. The Prophet never said there was good bid'ah. And no one sitting here on this planet can bring any proof today or until Yawm al-Qiyamah that there is a good bid'ah. And like Imam Malik said, مَنِ ابْتَدَعَ بِدْعَةً فَيَرَى أَنَّهُ حَسَنًا فقد زعم أن محمدا صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم خان الرسالة.